So, today we are going to talk about the people that I have mentioned in my previous videos. The Huns! This is going to be fun on a Hun. My jokes, I can't write jokes. And we are going to go over the same things as last time. Where they came from and what they did, and in the end, a summary. So, the Huns came from Central Asia, where the Mongols came from, though historians can't agree which region they came from, and some even say they are descendants of the Xiongnu Confederacy. But they migrated west and did a lot of things. And when I mean a lot, I mean a lot. And sorry for the video quality on this part of the picture. So now we're going to go into the really good stuff. So, Roman or classical sources say that the Huns came around 370 AD and they just suddenly appeared for the Europeans. And they did, if you have seen my other episode on the Goths, conquered the Ostrogothic kingdom and made them a puppet until 451 AD. So this caused a bunch of Germanic immigrants fleeing into the Roman Empire and tried to seek refuge there. In 395, they made their first large-scale attack into Roman land. They went through Armenia and entered Syria, and Antioch was in danger, and simultaneously they attacked the Sassanids, which went good until the Persian counterattack. They were dangerous, and they were fast. They rode on horses. And now we come to the scourge of a god, or Attila the Hun if you prefer that. So, Attila's reign began in 435 and he and his brother Bleda took power. In their first year of ruling, they signed a treaty with the Romans, giving them annual tribute. Then some stuff happened and a war broke out between the two empires in 440. They burned some large cities and signed a treaty in 441, and just 2 years after, the Romans didn't pay and the war resumed after a break, really. They razed some more cities and the Hun army came very close to Constantinople. But Theodosius II gave in to their demands, and that was a close call for Constantinople. In 445, Bleda suspiciously died. Many think Attila killed him, and Attila took all the power for himself. Attila almost immediately started with invading the Balkans and got the Romans to pay him 952 kilos of gold. That's almost a ton. And that is 21,000 pounds for my American viewers. The Hun wasn't on so good terms with the Eastern Roman Empire, but they maintained good relations with the Western Empire. But then, the Western Empire's sister didn't want to marry the senator, so she proposed to Attila, and he claimed half of the Western Empire to rule with Honoria, the sister. Now we enter the fun parts. Then, in 451, Attila's forces entered Gaul and burned down Metz and Orléans. And then the Battle of the Catalonian Fields happened, and he lost, and the Ostrogoths were now free. Yay! And it stopped the advance into the European, but that's just a detail, not as big as the Ostrogoth got freedom. But Attila, the madman, redirected his army towards Italy, crossing the Alps and sacking a bunch of cities, including Aquileia, and refugees from Aquileia forms Venice later on. And Emperor in Rome got worried, so he sent out the Pope, Pope Leo I, and he had a word with Attila. And nobody knows what he said to Attila. Only Attila and the Pope knew that. And now they're dead. But somehow, Attila turned his army around and went out of Italy. And he didn't get Honoria. Instead, he married another woman and died at his wedding night. So after Attila, the Hunnic Empire just fell apart. And that's the end of the story. I could have been making a video of Attila just. So as I said, I could have just been making a video of Attila. But he was the one who did things. But it happened more outside of him. But what I have learned from these 3 videos is that you should never underestimate people. this was just a prime example of that. Some guys from Mongolia and some guys from Sweden have formed such a big empire that has had impact on the world. This is just a prime example of that. But this has been IVTM, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.